All right, we're in here. We in here. Welcome to the stream. This is my first stream, okay? So I don't know how this is gonna work, okay? So I might make some mistakes. I might make some adjustments. I don't know. Okay, I'm only streaming right now. This is a brand new channel, so it's kind of like I can only stream to like two sources. And I didn't want to stream on Twitch just because of what Twitch is doing with their creators, and it's hard to get known back there. So right now is really just to stream on Kick. If I get noticed on Kick, whatever. If I get noticed on Rumbles, whatever. But you gotta start somewhere, right? You gotta start somewhere. It says I got one. No, it's probably like a bot or something. But I'm okay streaming with 0 people in here. I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't care talking to myself. Shit, I don't care. But what's happening right now is, as we all know, this is the wars going on. So we're just gonna go search through the internet. We're gonna go skydiving through to see what's going on. I saw on my X account or whatever that Pakistan is in another protest. Like I don't like there's gonna be protests everywhere. I think there's gonna be protests everywhere, and like you have people that agree with things, and you have people that disagrees, and there's going to be like protests, protest this, protest that, protest this, and but I don't know the full story when it comes to the president. But we're going to find out. We are going to find out. So we in here. I got my wine up in here. We about to find out what's going on, and we're going to be doing some reactions. As you can see, should be on this side or maybe on that side. Excuse me, on this side. This video is from, give me a second, Cash Jordan. I want to make sure my sound's okay. I don't even know. I don't even know if my sound's okay. But this is from Cash Jordan. He made some pretty good videos. He's been going hard with his reaction videos. He's pushing it out there. A couple of people are pushing. They ain't like cahoots. They pushing content out with the news. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's going on. Yeah, I think this is a little bit older. I was gonna do like a VTuber model, but I gotta get that all straightened care of, and the software and stuff like that. I'm new at this, so I don't know where this is gonna go. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's up. We are going to see what's up. So let's see if this works. Okay, again, brand new on the platform. I don't even. Just bear with me now. Bear with me. Bear with me. But whoever's watching, welcome. We're gonna do some reaction videos, pump some content out there, do some shorts or whatever, and just enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. Let's do this. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. And I don't know if y'all could hear this or not. Let's see. I wonder how is that going to work. Let's see if that works.
Nuclear deal with Iran would appear to be a
Okay, I hear it through my earphones. But how can you guys hear it? How can you hear it through your system? That's the question. Cause I got the Rodecaster right here. I wonder. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. Cause I know I have to hear from my headphones. I know I have to hear from my headphones. But I don't know if you guys can hear it through what you guys are seeing. So what if I'm gonna have to figure that out later, but let's see what we got here.
a military conflict. Today, Iran and Russia conducted joint naval drills in the Gulf of Oman.
So, as talks with Iran's dictatorship go absolutely nowhere, those guys are teaming up with Russia to send a message to the United States that this isolated regime is not alone, even as they back themselves into a corner with their refusal to step down, perpetuating protests inside their country and around the world from those who want change. as well as triggering an unprecedented U.S. military buildup, which could soon have to face off with the Russians.
With the drums of war beating louder, in the Strait of Hormuz, Iran and Russia held live-fire naval exercises, which included vessel raids and ship seizures.
Why do they need an intercontinental ballistic missile? That's a missile that goes far. The reason is so they have the ability to attack the United States. So why are they spending billions of dollars to create that missile? It isn't for Israel and it isn't for Europe. It's for us.
Iran, as usual.
The U.S. is engaged.
Yeah, I love this guy's music. He always adds some kind of background music, dun, 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 like some epic, like get ready, like some movie theme intro and shit like that. So it gets you hooked. That's a great hook. That's a great hook. So back to the video.
Engaged in the largest military buildup in the Middle East since the eve of the Iraq War. F-15 fighter jets, stealth F-35s, KC-135 refueling tankers, and a squadron of F-22 Raptors.
As Trump said, 15 days, we're going to get a deal one way or another. And Trump has been very careful to say there's one way that's a consequence that they don't want. He was very clear about that.
I said, all you kidding me? Sorry, bro, bang it through. Using these sound bites.
So apparently, China was also involved in these recent military drills with Iran and Russia. And what nobody's talking about is the gathering of these three regimes in one place. It's not an accident whatsoever, as Iran is the last puppet state of the anti-Western axis, propped up by China and Russia, which used to include Venezuela and failing communist Cuba.
So that's the thing. It's going down. As you think about it geopolitically, it is going down because not only have you arrested Maduro, you killed the dictator or the Iranian guy. I forget his name. You know, don't punish me on that. You take him out. It's kind of like, okay, so what does China and Russia have next? Like, they're allies. I mean, they got North Korea. I think if Trump tried to do that to North Korea, then I think we got an issue. Then, not issue between the U.S., then China's going to step up. That's when I think China's really going to step up. Like, like, we let it go with Maduro, and then we didn't say anything. We turned our heads with the Iran. But this right here, no. They'll protect Kim. They will protect Kimmy over there. But so that right there is power right there in terms of geopolitically as we think about it, because what I think might happen is the oil. I think the oil is going to become U.S. Iranian oil is going to become U.S. because Trump wants the oil. So this might be about oil once everything's done. Obviously, the nuclear stuff that's surface level. It's surface level, but other than surface level, I think, yeah. After all that, that's going to be. I don't know how the people's going to govern themselves. That's another thing. And I saw on my X account, like, Pakistan is going through it. So we're going to find out. But I like Cash. I like Cash videos, but I do have an issue with his videos a little bit. It's great editing. Great editing, great production. I'll give him that. But the clickbait titles and reusing a lot of footages is starting to become noticeable, and his thumbnails is getting predictable. So I mean, I'm in there and then I'm out of there. Like, it's when you watch this next video, I'll be fast forwarding this other guy. Like, I don't need to hear no rant. Like, people that I like to listen to, in terms of their takes, because logically, is like Tim Pool. Tim Pool is real logical, and I can really understand. Like, the way he talks, I can comprehend him fast, and he goes straight. He gives his point. Here's the title, or kind of like the subject matter, and what is conspiracy? Is this gonna happen? And what is, we're gonna find that out today. Okay, we're gonna find that out today. And then he goes, does his whole show. He does this whole spiel. So I like that. I like that. And maybe one day we'll do like a tier list. Maybe one day we'll do like a tier list and see of all the channel. Let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, I think this is doing fine. I'm okay talking to myself. I think what would trip out if I got like a viewer, like, oh shit, I got a viewer. I got a viewer. Okay, what's up, man? So yeah. So but I don't really see anything happening on these two channels as of right now. As of right now, I don't see anything happening. But this is practice. This is me getting my feet wet. This is me trying to like really maneuver all of this. But I want to check something out. But we're gonna get back to the video. I don't think the video is playing on then.
Cuba, an alliance the Russians find even more important the longer their war of aggression in Ukraine takes place. Ditto China, who is no friend to anyone on the world stage unless it helps them project power and influence. And together, this anti-Western axis, these guys help each other avoid those pesky US sanctions we've all been hearing about for decades and assumed were completely useless. But now, suddenly work, as the Trump administration has made clear, if you sail a tanker full of sanctioned oil anywhere in the world, it's going to get captured and rerouted to the U.S. strategic reserve. A massive slap in the face to Russia, who routes its sanctioned resources through Iran to the rest of the world, which reveals that if Iran...
You see what I mean? This is old footage. Like, we know this already. How old is it? Did I prep this? Hold on, give me a second. Let's see. How old is it? It says only a day. Like, come on, we know this already. We know that. Let's see, let's go here.
They've gone under the veil of doing the military exercises, which happen to be along the coastline, and this is an escalation.
So the presence of Russian forces along the Iranian coastline, it does a couple of things. Yes, it's a team up to try and show America, hey, we're here and we're not to be trifled with. But there's an allegation that these drills are giving the Iranians cover so that they can set things up, set up defenses, get things in line to take some sort of preemptive action. And remember, Russia has very few friends left in the world, and without Iran and its strategic oil industry, evading U.S. sanctions to fund wars and invasions of countries like Ukraine goes out the window. On top of that, Russia is
That's what I'm saying. Russia and China, they losing friends. They losing friends. I think the few friends that they have is some African countries, but they're not developed enough. You know, Africa is not developed. They don't got like those Navy ships and stuff like that, and they don't got the financial backing. They don't have the military. Their military's not strong enough. So Russia and China, they losing friends. Trump really set the standard. Like, fuck your friends, I got your friends now. Like, seriously. And then not only that, you got the Saudi Arabia's, backing Trump. I think the next, I don't know, in terms of our allies, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in terms of our allies, we have, obviously, but in terms of NATO, yes, we have that, but we're talking like superpowers, like the UK and America, Japan. I don't think Japan doesn't have any nuclear weapons, but you have the UK, Europe, UK. They're pretty well developed, and I want to say France. Does France have nuclear weapons? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look that up later. But yeah. But in terms of on the other side of the world, man, if you were to do something, now would be the time. Only because, sorry, that wine's getting to me. Only because Russia and his war, the whole Ukraine war, I think Russia needs to play it safe, and China wants to play it safe as well. China wants to play it safe as well because they want to go after Taiwan, and I think they have a set date. They have a set date. I think, I don't know. I think we're speculating. We're conspiracy. We're guessing. Okay, we're just guessing right now. I think I think China has a set date of where they what they wanna do, and they're not backing off. They're waiting for the next election, in my guess. They're waiting for the next election to go down so that they don't have to deal with Trump. Is what I think. They don't want to deal with Trump. They're gonna wait till the next election, and then they're gonna go after Taiwan. Is my speculation. Okay, so let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. But that's what I think. All right, let me get. Oh man, I'm out of wine. But yeah, we're in here. We in here. All right, we're going to see how this war is going to turn out. Okay, everyone wants to talk about all the this is the main event. This is the show. We about to find out what's going on in this bitch. We literally about to find out what's going on in this bitch. So let's see what happens. I need to figure out how to get sound into, because I know for a fact you guys can hear me. I know that for a fact, but you can't hear what I hear. So I gotta figure that part out. Because I have a roadcaster right here. And oh man, it's my first time streaming. I already know it's gonna be hard work already. Oh, I gotta sit here and talk. Let's do this. Okay, we in here. I think next time, man, where's my water? Man, that's what I need. I need some water. I need to get some damn water. Man, I should have get like a game going too. Ooh, I wonder. Oh man, that would have been tight if I had like some kind of game. I could play like a little game right there. Anyway, yeah, we're in here. Let's see what goes on.
Currently developing Iranian oil fields right now. And Russia supplies badly needed natural gas to Iran so that this regime can prop up its failing economy. On top of that, the way Russia and China look at this is the more countries out there hostile to the US who don't trade with the US dollar, the better it is for them. But this sleight of hand, moving around military assets under the cover of some sort of drill, well, one expert thinks this may have just sealed Iran's fate.
While Iran, as usual, keeps thinking they can get away with it, that America isn't watching. And this posturing for war, I think, is a major mistake on behalf of the Iranians. The history shows it only ends badly for them. Between us and the Israelis, we have a lot of intelligence information on them. They like to hide their drone operations under this guise of exercises, but yet we're almost, flying hours in broad daylight. And I think that's the difference between a regime pretending to project strength and a real military that actually has it. What we're seeing right now, it's not just this routine military maneuvering, it's a chess match in the air. Iran's repositioning strike drones under the cover of these drills with Russia, and that tells me two things immediately. First, they still don't want transparency. And second, they're testing this battle positioning under plausible deniability. And by the way, let's not forget that this is exactly what Russia did before they went to war in Ukraine.
Very interesting. So we've got the Russians and the Iranians, and they're doing the same thing that the Russians did before they launched an invasion. That's not a good look, especially when you've got your negotiators out there who are trying to tell the entire world that, hey, we're a peaceful nation. We want to just have a civilian nuclear program and a few defensive ballistic missiles, which don't actually exist. Those are offensive weapons only. They go very far. But here they are in secret, doing things under the table. How does that make them look like a good negotiator? How does that make them look like they can be trusted if they're going to agree to something like a nuclear deal and they're moving their military assets around in secret, hiding things as they make that deal? It makes it look like whatever agreement they come up with and put forward to the United States is totally worthless, and everyone is watching this, seeing it happen.
With 14 ships, hundreds of aircraft, and thousands of troops, it's the largest US buildup in the region since the Iraq War deployment, which was
And the
much
reasons
larger.
for it are obvious.
And by all accounts, Iran is preparing for the worst. Its satellite imagery shows tunnel entrance.
Iran is done. They're done. They said, goodbye. You're done. Can't come up with a deal. You're done. You're out of here. We talked and talked and talked and talked and talked, and you're done. You're done. So, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. What's the update? This is pre-recorded. All right, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change this. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Again, this is my first time streaming, on these platforms. So bear with me because I'm still trying to figure everything out. I'm by myself here. So I'm just really, really going with the cuss. I was initially I was going to do like some VTube and stuff. I want to get I really I don't know. I've really been into this VTuber drama. That's really been other than this Iran stuff. I've really been into this VTuber drama going on right now. So I'm kind of like ooh. And not only that, another drama that I'm kind of into is that whole Ethan Klein H3 type of drama. I'm into that too. I'm in that too. I want to know what's happening right there. I need to know. I need to know what's going on over there. So yeah. All right, we in here. All right, let me see. I'm switching to the next video because he's telling us stuff that we already know, and it's kind of boring. I ain't gonna lie, it's just kind of boring. Ain't giving me a whole lot to talk about on here. All right, so let's go into this guy. Let's go into this guy. Now, I like his content too. The issue with his content, he rants. He rants. He rants a lot. So I need to fast forward some of his talking points. He doesn't really say anything. He's just talking. He just like what I'm doing right now. I'm just talking. But it'll be nice if he talk with some type of substance. Like how Tim Pool does it. Tim Pool, he talks with substance. Why? Here's the issue. Here's what you could look out for, or here's what could happen. Here's what might happen, and here's the facts. So why is this? It keeps you interested, keeps you engaged. He doesn't really keep me engaged. Let's go.
So I think it's important that we discuss the true.
See what I mean? Talking about it. What videos did you find? What we talking about?
Which expect
Yeah.
that. And as is pointed out here, you've noticed that pattern, right? It's not new. China has always avoided backing Iran militarily, as this article points out. Beijing did criticize the U.S. and Israel strikes on Iran back during the 12-day war in 2025, but did not provide material support to Tehran. And I think that's very interesting. You could almost argue to an extent either China is selfish or China wants to sort of remain semi-amicable with the.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys can hear or not, but what he said, he talked about China. And that goes back to what I was saying before. What's China doing? I mean, they're supposed to be our adversaries, and they haven't really made a move. You get what I'm saying? Like, we attacked your friends. We attacked your friends. Like, what you gonna do about it? You get what I'm saying? So what are you going to do about it? We attack your friends. What are you going to do about it? Regime change. Regime change. Bam. You out of here. You get what I'm saying? So What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's go. What are we doing? You know, China sitting back. It kind of makes it seem like China isn't a real threat as we're making it out to be. In my personal opinion, it's not coming off as China's a real threat as it's making it out to be. But we're in here. Let's go.
With the United States for trade purposes, whatever it is, this article points out, despite being a comprehensive strategic partner to China, Beijing has also in the past supported UN-led economic sanctions against Iran before the 2015 nuclear deal and has since procrastinated, very true, on injecting investment.
So I hate doing this if you guys can't hear what he's saying. Because I know this mic could pick it up, but I don't know. What's going on here? What's going on here? It's... I don't know how to fix that. I'm trying to figure out how can I fix it. I'm going to have to go on YouTube and figure that shit out. Man, we're just gonna bring some people up. To see what they think. You know, drop the link or something. Yeah, but I can't do that. I'm only live streaming on Rumble and Kick right now. Okay, we're in here. Okay, I gotta keep it moving. I gotta keep the show going. I gotta keep the show going. I gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it going. You know, I'm on Kick, and that's pretty much it for right now until I can grow the other channels going. Until I can grow the other channels. But we in here. We'll see what happens. Let's go.
Into the Iranian economy. Of course, earlier, just a couple of months ago, I want you to take a listen to what this same Ministry of Foreign Affairs had to say. MT and
主张各国的主权和安全都应当受到国际法的充分保护，反对在国际关系中使用武力或威胁使用武力。我们呼吁各方多做有利于中东和平稳定的事。
international relations and we call on parties to act in ways conducive to peace and stability in the Middle East.
I mean, seriously, that says along the lines of, can't we all just get along? Can't we all just be friends with nothing to back up? And you have to imagine that internally, there's a lot of conversations in Beijing right now about the America question from their perspective. And you have to imagine some of those conversations sound a little bit panicked, if not at least worried. Because if you're China,
yeah, so
you're effectively being cornered right now. You've just watched two.
So from what I see, if you're China, you're basically being cornered, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Okay, let's look at this map right here. If we look, we got. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. No, I don't think that's gonna work.
Two of your most important strategic allies go down at the hands of America in the span of the last few months. Now, you still have Russia, granted, but even as it pertains to Trump trying to...
Supposed to be taking a trip to Dubai pretty soon. But, here we have Qatar. I heard Qatar was about to attack Iran too. I don't even know. You hear Qatar is about to attack. And I see, because we're over here. We got some ships over here. We got some ships over here. You know? So... And then we're attacking this area right here, I think. Yeah, we're attacking this area right here. So all these missiles are flying out over here. So, man, shit's crazy out here today. Shit is crazy. Crazy. But if you think about it, that's what the people wanted, right? Is it not? Plus, when you're a dictator and you're killing your civilians, left and right, kind of gets kind of muddy waters. Kind of gets muddy waters. So we'll see. We'll see.
To broker a peace with Ukraine, that in itself is sort of an attempt to reverse engineer the whole Sino-Soviet split that happened during the Cold War and try to say, hey, Russia, right? That's really what's going on with that too, right? Why do you think there's a direct American interest in brokering peace, and why I disagreed with the Biden strategy is, look, you want to basically be able to say, hey, Russia, don't go all the way in with China. Remain sort of neutral. Be friendly with us because, look, it's a whole power balance thing, right? So, and I will grant it, that strategy by Trump, the whole Ukraine thing, is not working quite as well, let's say it is in Venezuela.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I mean. Ranting, right.
By our Qatar, UAE, we also have a lot of military bases in this part of the world. And then on the other side of the Persian Gulf, we have Iran, and they're separated by this very narrow area that is, of course, called what? The Strait of Hormuz. Okay? So, needless to say, this little part where I'm putting my mouse on right now, guys, one of the most important shipping lanes, especially for oil on planet Earth, if not the most important one. And again, to people who say, well, how does the Middle East affect America at all whatsoever? It is naive to pretend that things like access to, say, natural resources, trading routes, shipping lanes do not affect the prosperity and day-to-day lives of Americans, because they absolutely do, right? So that stuff does matter to us. Natural resources, national security, trade routes, etc., right? So that's the situation in the Middle East. Our allies are here. China's ally is here. They're separated by this very thin border of water. If it's giving you some Cold War nostalgia, it should, because it's a very similar situation. And so,
Yeah. So basically, what he said was, if this doesn't look like the Cold War, it should, because this is what it's looking like. Our allies is here on this side. Their allies is over there. Russia's not doing anything. China's not doing anything. They don't want to escalate. They don't want to escalate. Russia can't escalate because they got their own war going on. And it seems like Russia's going to win that war. Based don't quote me on that. Just based off the bullshit that I've been watching. Seems like Russia's going to win that. But other than that, like, China's going to have to step up. North Korea's North Korea's not, they don't have the power. They're not. They're just watching like, oh shit, you couldn't defend yourself? Damn, man. Shit, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Just some kind of, I don't know what to tell you. Screwed. And then if that happens, then we just got pushed up. Iran and the new government just got pushed up. So I wonder if I could look at the map around here to see if we do take Iran, who's up next? Who wants it? Who wants it? Because I know after this, cartel is next, and that's going to be a lot more difficult. Dealing with the cartel is going to be a lot more difficult. But let's see.
while many commentators are framing this as just another Middle East war or something for the neocons, and I understand if you view it in that lens, why it...
Okay, he's basically done. He's not talking about anything else. We want to move on. We want to move on next, because when it comes to politics, oh man, I can only take so much of it. It's like, it's kind of exhausting. It's almost exhausting when you talk about politics and everything like that. So let's see what we got going. What we got going on here? Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. I don't like this dead. Let's switch this shit over here. All right, this vibing. just vibing. We gotta see what's going on. We gotta see what's going on in here. Okay, so I don't know what I was gonna say. Let's go. Mm. All right, we're about to look at it. So basically, what this is the Iranian population density. All right, let's see what we got going on here. So basically, the dark red is about 5,000 to 57,000. The red is 501 to 5,000. The orange is 51 to 500. Okay, and then as you get lighter and lighter, it gets less and less and less. So it seems like everyone is in Tehran, as we already knew that. That's where the structure is happening right now. That's where the strikes is happening. And all the orange is kind of like where the civilians are, 51 to 500, which is probably not that much. It says 51 to 500. The dark orange and the red is where it's highly populated right now. So we're gonna see. You know, there definitely going to be some casualties at all of this. Definitely going to be some casualties after all of this. But we're gonna find out. We'll find out in the coming days. But I cannot believe. Anyway. Well, that's crazy. Those missiles over there is crazy. All the way. See how low they're flying? Like they're flying so low. So low. And they're flying like planes. I didn't even know missiles could do that. You know, I see missiles, I see them like rockets. So I almost hit my mic. I'm about to hit my mic. What's going on here? I'm fucking up. I'm hitting my mic. But yeah, those missiles are flying low. And I'm getting tired. I don't know why I'm getting tired. Oh, and the sky is coming. Oh man, I'm going to end this quickly. Looking for me, I don't have any viewers, so I can end this stream whenever I want. I can end this stream whenever I want. And technically, I've already seen this already. I've already seen this, so I already know what's going to happen. But I might watch. I haven't finished watching this. I think I'm gonna take this. Take this a moment and get a nap going, and then I'm gonna continue this later on. I'm gonna continue this later on. Why did I hear voices? I don't know. Well, we're gonna see. All right. Let me do a part 2 to this video or on this stream. And just because I need to get my bearings when it comes to live streaming and sound quality and all that. And really figure this stuff out. Really figure this stuff out. But I'll be back. I will be back and see where this goes, okay? Later.